and you can hear it in their thinking, and you can see it in the limitations of their imagination, you know that they will never add to your growth as a man. I can tell you so many stories of broke broads and how they think and behave is really very disgusting. And broke is a mentality. It's not necessarily a financial situation. It's an attitude. It's a view, and it's unfortunately quite common. I got so much to say.
Women these days often go out and scream all day and night about how they are the table and high value, etc. They always want men to bring them up while providing them nothing in return. Women grew up on Disney movies, and unfortunately for them, this isn't actually reality.
I have OnlyFans.
This here's the cold hard truth. I gotta give it to you. So don't tear up.
Oh God, are you gonna? I already know where it's going.
The type of men that you want won't want you, because it's different types of top tier men. You got men that make money, but they're simpish in the mind. And those men you could run laps around and they don't truly know their value, so you're not really gonna respect them long term.
Yeah, don't want that.
They may attract you by pulling up in a nice whip. They may attract you by, maybe saying the right thing at the right moment, or you just may smell the money on them. Long term ain't gonna work because they beta in the mind. So you got those type of males. They don't understand their value. But the men that actually understand their value and understand women, right? These men look for certain types of characteristic traits in a woman. They look for a virtuous woman. And the OnlyFans would disqualify you from a huge majority of those men.
I go to church. I read the Bible. I pray to God. Listen, I have a conversation with God every day. He knows why I'm doing
you
it.
Still throw the OnlyFans up there like, God,
well,
booty.
Well.
I'm telling you guys, just let a woman talk. You can weed out the bad ones very quickly by looking at her behavior and how she talks and carries herself. Even if she attends church, her true colors will come through eventually.
If you're a woman, just because you have some money, that doesn't mean you're not broke. Truer words have never been spoken. And the reason for this is that currency itself is a masculine item. It represents institutional value and security. For women, their currency can't be found in green notes or jewelry. After all, that's not what men value, and they're the ones who create the systems that assign said value. In the West, and I'm sorry to say in some parts of the East, most of the women using this definition are extremely broke. None of the doors are opening in the way they imagined they would if they abandoned their identity and principles. So now women like Amanda Claypool here write things like, "Dear feminists, we're the problem," in an effort to understand why.
This is a case of women thinking that what they like is also what men like. Women like money and status, but men really don't give a damn, generally speaking. They are attracted to different things, and it is what women inherently have. For men, the best thing about women is that they're not men.
I wanted the same opportunity as men to contribute to the world and be respected for it. I became a feminist because I thought it would help me achieve that goal. But the professional version of feminism that I signed up for no longer exists. And to be honest, maybe it never actually did. At least the patriarchy acknowledges my womanhood, even if it's from a position of inferiority. Feminism, in reality, is on a mission to make women equal to men and erase us entirely.
Getting warmer.
Feminism isn't the answer. I will argue that we need to celebrate the things that make women unique rather than striving to recreate ourselves in the likeness of men.
So far, so good. I hate ads so much, I've dedicated my entire career to getting rid of them. My name's Brandon Ward. I'm an engineer here at...
Women are now waking up to the damage of womanism, but the damage has already been done to a lot of women globally, to be honest. The woman making the article found the factory reset settings, but the vast majority of womanists are too far gone to be saved.
Equality isn't so much about elevating the status of women, it's about making them identical to men. In doing so, it eliminates the unique properties that make women women. It devalues them and assumes women should be the same as men rather than striving to be better than them. The absence of equality does not mean women are inherently inferior. It just means women are different. But that's not how feminism interprets their differences. Instead, feminism tells women that if they aren't equal, they must be inferior. Women are cast into the role of victims, conveniently blaming the patriarchy for all of their problems.
And that is why womanism will never work. Men and women aren't equal, but we are both necessary. Food and water are different. You can last longer without food than water, but both are necessary for survival.
You're gonna end up being homeless in the streets. I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen to you. Good luck with your $23 an hour.
Thank you.
Shut the fuck up.
Why?
You're still gonna be broke.
She's so nice.
They can talk to me. You can't talk to me. I'm sure they have a lot of money.
Okay, then why are you trashing them? You're on their podcast. You're in their chair. You're in their property.
Well, I mean-
Humble yourself.
I'm not
Humble yourself.
trashing them.
I don't have a lot of money,
Humble yourself, babe.
Okay, well, do you know what? It doesn't matter.
but I'm still not a toot.
Okay, whatever. I don't.
I
At that
just
point,
want to point
whatever.
that out.
At that point, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Women would be loud and proud about being an adult star or mattress actress, as the girl in one of the earlier videos this week said. But if you point that out, they get absolutely furious about it. Women know this is shameful, but they choose to do it anyway.
But the pursuit of equality is more problematic than that. It doesn't just turn women into helpless victims chasing a meager dollar. It tells women to repress the things that make them unique. Instead of celebrating womanhood and all the privileges that come with it, feminist women are conditioned to hate their own gender. Instead of celebrating these unique roles, feminism demonizes them. Young men have read the room. They are not to create families or strive to provide for them because women can just do everything by themselves. Meanwhile, ambitious young women are told that motherhood is a scarlet letter that will stain their careers.
Very close.
Feminism isn't about equality, it's about erasing the dividing line between men and women. It disrupts the biological roles men and women are supposed to play to prevent our species from going extinct. Equality doesn't liberate women, it imprisons them.
If you guys watch movies, play games, read comics, music, etc., women are always doing the masculine role, and these forms of media demonizes femininity and treats it like a weakness. Look at how they portray Mary Jane in the Insomniac Spider-Man games, for example.
You know what, guys? I normally say that women only get halfway there, but this one got about 80% there. I'm shocked, and I don't say that often. Holy shit. But like I said at the start here, folks, Amanda isn't responsible for this decline or shift. None of the women are. If men didn't start to walk away, we wouldn't be seeing rare signs of regret. A rising number of cracks is the faulty feminist machine. Amanda is doing what a lot of women are doing, looking around, asking why all the men have left the stage to play somewhere else, and so finally, she started to make a series of concessions.
The problem here is even though women are starting to ask questions, a large chunk of them blame men and portray themselves as the victim in the situation and not actually think about what's going on and why.
So Layla, have you got any shallow icks?
When he flies economy.
Pardon?
I need a rich man.
She needs to go Dubai and get one of them uncles over there to pee on her.
Or if
Do you know how much business class is?
I am not settling for anything less than 6 or 7 figures.
This is a fucking joke.
I'd prefer the private jet if possible.
Are you being dead serious?
Well, I have a chihuahua, and he's my life. He's my whole world.
You think your chihuahua's going on holiday with me? Yeah, you're not gonna get me mad right now.
I have high standards.
There's no chance.
Not necessarily you, but I'm bringing him with me where I go.
I'll kick that little shit. She's doing my head in with her chihuahua. She thinks she's Paris Hilton.
He's only vexed because he's broke, let's be real.
If he's flying economy, that's an ick.
Imagine him in that Ryanair chair, all crumpled up, because there's no leg room.
Ryanair don't have, they don't have thing though.
Yeah, so we just get the jet.
Private jet.
I don't do Ryanair, okay?
Well, you're annoying
The thing
me,
is,
right?
I could get the jet, but it's like whether you.
You can pay for a jet right now.
But it's whether you can keep.
You can pay
I
for a
want
jet
a
right
man
now.
that can keep up with
You can
me.
pay for a jet right now.
Here we go.
You know she ain't been on a private jet. She's going on Boy Yang 111. You can pay for a private jet.
It's not as much as you think.
Why would I go and spend 10K?
But maybe you
of
just
my
don't have
money?
enough money then.
Yeah, I don't have enough money.
He's definitely broke.
Have you ever gone on a private?
I've not spent my own money on it, no.
Oh, but you've been on a private jet.
I have, yeah.
Look at her. She's a gold digger. I can see forever.
And you know what? The only men that call a woman a gold digger are the ones that can't afford her anyway.
Oh,
You may think that this is a skit, and personally, I don't know if this is real or not. I don't particularly care. We have covered so many women who think and act this way unironically, it's getting difficult to tell the difference between satire and people who are actually being genuine in these stupid videos.
When you say that the rational brain, the reasonable brain, should be rejected in lieu of the emotional mind, and that you focus on that emotional mind because it makes you happy. This is the equivalency to me of pure hedonism. My problem comes in when emotion becomes collectivized, especially in women, and that creates some sort of like power move, and then that begins to sway society or move society in a way which causes significant problem. For instance, the inequality in the courts between men and women when it comes to women initiating most divorces, and the reasoning that they put behind initiating most of the divorces has nothing to do with the fact that there would be that they were being cheated on, but that they have irreconcilable differences. In other words, they don't feel those butterflies anymore. Now we have kids brought in the equation in these relationships, and then what ends up happening is mommy, because she doesn't feel the butterflies anymore, leaves dad for Chuck down the road who gives her the butterflies.
And this is why men don't want to get married anymore. They know how women are, they see the statistics, heard the horror stories in the divorce courts, and men now refuse to fall victim to corruption, quite honestly.
And this is the key next step, Amanda, the one I'm not seeing from you or any other women publishing this material. In order to bring back the status quo that works, you need to surrender all the things women did not rightfully earn without government handouts or systematic corruption. If you're capable of understanding that women have never been capable of masculine goals, then there will finally be a chance for restoration. But I'm still not seeing it here. You have to do better than that. The pursuit of equality turns existence into a competition. Women who believe they're coming from a place of inferiority wind up competing with men for supremacy. They think men are dominant because they are an extension of the patriarchy, the omnipresent enemy of women. Men aren't dominant because of the patriarchy. Men are biologically wired to provide and protect. When women challenge this, they not only undermine their womanhood, they call into question what it means to be a man too.
Men are biologically wired to provide and protect, and the patriarchy was made by men, and we see women get a bunch of benefits that they in fact did not earn. It's almost like society was created to keep women safe, but womanists are going against their own biological wiring.
Emasculation is a byproduct of feminism. When women aspire to become equal to men, they must also accept the roles and responsibilities of men.
Except it is never about equality. Women want all of the benefits, but none of the responsibility that actually comes with those things. Hence why women don't get drafted and rarely get hit with child support or alimony. It happens, but not that often, and their reaction to it lets you know just how much they actually care about that so-called equality.
According to feminism, everything is a construct. It completely dismisses the biological and evolutionary laws of nature that govern us. Men didn't randomly wake up one morning and decide to suppress women. Millions of years of evolution encoded them with a disposition towards dominance. They are responsible for protecting women because women have the ability to reproduce. Without women, the next generation can't be born. Failure to procreate leads us down an inevitable road of extinction. It's that simple.
Correct. If a village has 100 women and 1 man, society will survive. If a village has 100 men and 1 woman, your society is doomed and will eventually go extinct. Women in that sense are more valuable.
The social constructs around protection obfuscate the true necessity of it. It's not just women who rely on men, our society needs them too. It's men who typically run into burning buildings, chase armed robbers, and go off to war. They are the protectors of entire communities, not just their respective households.
That's a bingo!
In an effort to become equal, women have diminished the role of men in society. This changes the dynamic of safety. Women who aspire to be equal to men must also be willing to shoulder the burdens and responsibilities men bear to protect women and their communities. Sure, a woman can play the role of a man, but that doesn't necessarily mean she should.
No matter who you are, there are times it can be tough to be yourself when you have severe asthma. Triggers can pop up out of nowhere and lead to an asthma attack. But no matter what type of severe asthma you have, Tespire can help you be you. Tespire is an add-on treatment for people 12 and over that can help you have fewer attacks, breathe better, and relieve your asthma symptoms. So you can be you, whoever you are. Tespire is not a rescue medication. Don't take Tespire if you're allergic to it. Allergic reactions may occur and can be serious. Rash or eye allergy can happen. Don't stop your asthma treatments unless your doctor tells you to. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection or your asthma worsens. Sore throat, joint, and back pain may occur. Avoid live vaccines. By helping control your asthma, Tespire can help you be you, no matter who you are. Ask your asthma specialist about Tespire today.
A woman can do all of these things, but not very well in comparison, and some just outright can't do it altogether. Most men can't do roughneck. Even a strong woman wouldn't be able to do it. There are just things women biologically can't do well. Same thing for men. This is just reality. A lot of people like to ignore this.
I feel like if you're dating someone, like the passionate matter.
So let me ask you a question, just a quick question. If a man has a history of domestic Does his past matter?
Yeah.
Okay, then. Is there anything else you wanted to add to that?
But I'm saying, like, I wouldn't go digging into his, like, ex-relationships, like,
Wait, I'm sorry.
girlfriend.
If you were told by a friend of yours that a man you were dating had a history of domestic, you wouldn't go digging? Really?
I actually got told a lot about my current boyfriend. Like, people came up to me and were telling me things about him when we went out. And from seeing his character, like, I knew that that was just bull.
Okay, you didn't go poking around, though?
I didn't need to, because I didn't care about what was happening previously.
What
as
if you
long
were
as-
told that he had a history of kid diddling? Would you go poking around then, since you have a
What?
daughter at home?
I use my discernment on. That's
Well,
why
you
he's
do-
the first
wait,
person
your
that ever met
discernment,
my
what are you
daughter.
talking- do you think that they're just going to announce themselves and all their creepy vibes are just going to come out at
No.
once? Okay, well, let me just ask this very simply then. Would you allow somebody who had ever diddled a kid around your daughter?
Obviously not.
Well, then I guess their history matters, doesn't it?
Even asking very basic questions, you still have to trap women to make them say what they think. Guys want to get straight to the point, and girls oftentimes tiptoe around it until they lose their pose or something. The point is, I'm starting to understand why men and women argue all the time.
The feminist movement is one of the biggest reasons for the divorce rate, because women have become so masculine. Woman gets in her masculine energy. A lot of times she'll be disrespectful to her husband. And men don't do well with disrespect. There's surveys that say that 80% of men say they would rather be alone and unloved than to be disrespected. And see, the feminist movement has taken it so far over the years to, it's not just equal rights anymore. Now it's men are being diminished and devalued and demoralized. What do we need men for? We don't need men. We can buy our own cars and we can vote. We can make our own money, run our own business. We can even have babies without men. And that makes men feel awful.
Men just want to feel loved and appreciated. If they can't get that, they will go elsewhere. There's a reason why passport bros exist. Also, it's worse than just disrespect. Women are out here saying awful things to dudes. It is as extreme as you can get, really.
A lot of the women who have been on the show say things like, man, my money's good. Like, I'm earning well. I'm an independent woman. I'm like, all right, cool. What kind of man you want? They're like, he needs to be a provider. Like, whoa, hold on. Like, what do you mean by a provider? Like, he needs to have money. He needs to give me money. He needs to provide. Whoa. If you have money, why does he need to provide? She didn't say he needs to be wealthy or he needs to be accomplished. That's a different thing. Because sometimes that's just a reflection of your merit as a man. But when you got to provide, which means you got to drop some coins in the pot, well, that make me think, baby, you ain't got no coins in your pot.
It's like a computer glitch. Women want to be the man, but their biological wiring is forcing them to be traditional, and you have a messed up contradiction in the mind, and it just doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
You know what's crazy?
What's crazy?
Though they have all these accolades, the realism of it all is they know the truth. They know the truth. They couldn't buy the happiness. No matter how hard they went to work, no matter how many degrees they got, they can never buy the happiness. It's not a thing you can get on receipt.
Unfortunately, a lot of women figure it out too late, and some oftentimes become bitter. It's even worse when they're older because oftentimes they're unable to have children, and it's too late.
Is that true? You don't worry about things? No, because it doesn't do any good. The thing is, let's say you worry about a problem. So here you are worrying and all this stuff. All of a sudden the problem's solved. All that anguish for nothing, you know. The thing is, worry doesn't solve the problem, and actually hinders the problem. What you've got to do is try to find ways of solving that solution, or that problem, finding a solution for the problem. And if you do, then you don't have time to worry about it. You find formulas, you find things that will help you work toward what you want.
This is a man that has found his inner peace, something we all ought to strive for. In the same sense, you can avoid these issues, and for a lot of men, that constitutes avoiding marriage. But anyway, guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you are new here, drop a comment, and I will see you all in the next one. Make sure you take care of yourselves. Peace.
Is Blue Chew okay to use these days?
Yeah. Sure.
So taking chewable sildenafil, tadalafil, or vardenafil tablets doesn't affect a man's riz?
No, right? No.
Thought this would be funny to watch.
I signed up for a singles event on Valentine's Day, and here's how it went. It was fun, but there was more girls than there were guys. It was definitely like The Bachelor a little bit.
Men don't go to these. Men do not go to singles events.
Going to another singles event, and this is my outfit.
Stop paying money to go to singles events. Men don't go. Stop it.
So I would love to hear from you all as to why you think men don't attend singles events.
Come with us to a Thursday event. No attractive men found.
Once again, modern women get disappointed after attending a single event. The lack of male attendees.
I didn't even know what a singles event was. The closest thing I've ever had to a singles event is I used to draft in Magic the Gathering on Friday nights.
Is the main reason for their disappointment, and some got mad to the point of calling it a waste of time and money.
I signed up for a singles event on Valentine's Day.
Imagine how guys feel doing anything.
Here's how it went. I was so nervous, you guys.
Yeah.
This was a singles tournament at this paddle club here in New York City. You would play with different partners every game. It was fun, but there was more girls than there were guys. It was definitely like The Bachelor a little bit. There was food and drinks and a DJ, so the vibe was good, but I wasn't really vibing with anyone, so please keep pushing me to put myself out there. Thanks, guys.
I'm not 6 feet. I don't have a six-pack. I don't make six figures. And guess what? I don't care.
Okay.
Less than attractive guys would be rejected, and the handsome guys don't want masculine women. Women don't want the guys who need singles events. The guys women do want don't need this event.
That's basically it. Yep, there we go. It's none of the girls that were going there were particularly that attractive. Like, I would say at least the ones that made the videos, they weren't that attractive. And so why would a guy want to go there? And like, here's the thing, is nobody wants to say it. Nobody wants to go ahead and say it, but like, you look at the girls that are there. And
hey folks, did you know that this M1911 is totally legal for everyone to own, no permit required? We've just got a fresh batch in from China's North Industries Group. It shoots rubber bullets and you can snag one today for just $39. This bad boy fires .45 ACP rubber rounds with a punch of 150 joules and it's accurate up to 10 meters. It's the perfect self-defense tool. It'll scare off the baddies without landing you in hot water with the law. We've put 25 out of the 200 we got through their paces, and let me tell you, they are just as good as the ones Colt makes. So don't sweat the quality, it's top notch. To celebrate our first online sale of these Chinese beauties, we are slashing the price by a whopping 90%. But hurry, we've only got 80 left, and when they are gone, they are gone. And get this, you can try it out for 14 days, risk-free. If you're not over the moon, we'll give you a full refund, no questions asked.
The new folding revolver by Standard Manufacturing has been officially released today. No documents or procedures are required. Just see this video and you can buy one. This revolver is the size of a cod and can easily fit into your pocket in an emergency.
There it is. They're not ugly? Yeah, but what you have to understand is that guys think that if you are 325 pounds, you smell like an old chair. The last time that you saw your penis was in high school, and your favorite thing to do is talk about armor and weapons from the Middle Ages. But you still think that you deserve an 85-pound cat girl that will cook you dinner. Because you're a king. That's right, huh? And so why are you gonna go to one of these fucking events? What are you trying to do?
That's simple. I have six-pack and make six figures. Just not 6 foot tall, so women will date me and let me take care of everything while letting me know they are settling. I'm out.
Jesus, bro, that's sad. Oh my God. Let me know that they're settling? Wow, bro, that's fucking brutal. Yeah, base? Yeah, I mean, there it is. Look at his profile picture. Yeah, he's old. Yeah, look, he's balding, right? I mean, there it is. Yeah, he bald. Like, I mean, there it is, right? I mean, what are we talking about?
I remember the days that men used to pay for these single events that were free to women. We know.
Well, yeah, that's why they have the ladies' nights at the bars. Like, of course. I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, that is the way it is. It says you, yeah, and look how much effort I go into trying to comb over my hair and make it look like I'm not fucking bald. Like, that's the, see? I mean, I'm saying the same fucking thing, man. What y'all trying to start shit for? I bet the girls that go to those events are down for anything. Might be worth a shot. I don't know, really. I've never been to one of those things before. I never had a dating app before. I've never had a dating app. Now, I've messaged girls on Instagram. Sure, for sure, I did that. But, you know, Twitter, shit like that, absolutely. But I never downloaded Tinder or any of that other bullshit, man. Never got into it.
Longer go to these single events because we had to pay for them and then no women would show up. Now they know how we felt years ago.
Yep.
At least she was lucky this event happened because others were canceled due to the lack of men's interest. But when it comes to this video, I want to concentrate on this part.
It was fun, but there was more girls than there were guys. It was definitely like The Bachelor a little bit.
Our lack of interest in this type of event is just a result of constant unsuccess when it comes to what we want out of these gatherings, and this is something that won't change any.
I think another reason why this is not as successful for men is because there's not a shared culture anymore. Like, I bet events like this in like the year 1953 were really successful because everybody loved Jesus, everybody was conservative, and everybody was racist. So you have a lot in common with the people that are there. So you go to something like that, everything's fine. But now it's like there's so many differences and you know, like lack of shared values that going to a big public event like this isn't as appealing to a man anymore. You see what I'm saying? That's a good times. Yeah, if you want that same thing as like you want that same experience now, just play Counter-Strike.
Anytime soon.
Hey, have you heard of Apollo? Not only does this new smart algo help predict stock breakouts with exact confidence levels and timeframes, but it's been averaging 2.8 wins per day. Automatic.
And for those who want to understand men's reason for not attending a single event, have a look at the next clip.
Tell you about my experience speed dating in New York City. And we're like, this selection? Literally every single guy was 5'6" or under, and there was not one cute
She's probably 5'1".
guy.
That was the feedback of the event she attended, and this is what most guys face when they participate in this gathering. What men would be motivated or interested in a single event after comments like this?
Well, the men that are taller, right? Obviously, those are the ones that are doing it. But the reality is that the guys that, like, this is one of the things that, like, a lot of people, especially like young kids and like maybe people that don't understand the way it is, they might not get. Have you guys ever seen those different posts and shit like this about how some girl gets, you know, some rich guy taking her out on a yacht, and, you know, it's like all these nice places this guy's taking her, and, you know, all how great this is and everything like that, right? Y'all ever seen this? Yeah, we all gone and seen this. And then people say, wow, all of that work just to have your face blurred out because she'll blur the guy's face out. What they don't understand is that it was the guy telling her to fucking do that. 90% of the time, it's the guy telling her to do that because he doesn't, because here's the thing, right? He might be married, or he's got another one lined up for next week and 2 more the week after that. And so if he's got a bunch of pictures taking all these girls out to this yacht, it's going to look weird. So he has her blur out the face, and it's like, oh, it's just for us, baby. Yeah, for sure. That's what you said last week to the other one. And that's what it is. So yeah, of course, guys, like any guy that's in a good position like this probably isn't going to go to an event like this. That's just the way it is. Men up their standards as well. Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's like if you're a guy and you're in a good position in life, you want to find a hot girl, right? A really pretty girl, or at least a girl that will do the things that you want her to do. So yeah, it's the same common sense. Never heard of this shit until now? Well, you think about it though, right? Think about it. Like if you're a guy and you have let's say you are the son of a CEO and he's like the CEO of Kellogg's, right? You probably don't want to get your dad in trouble whenever you're bringing a bunch of hoes on your dad's yacht. Because if that happens, then your dad's going to get pissed off and he's not going to let you use the yacht anymore. You don't want to lose that. So you've got to pretend like it's not you, right? Yeah, that's the way that's smart. You got to be thinking, man. You got them cereal money? Yeah, exactly.
Most modern women are looking for Chad only, regardless of the setting. And they are looking for those guys on a dating app, single event, and in any other possible setting you can.
No, I've seen some girls like, I've had girls show me like their dating app profiles and shit like this, right? And cause like I'll ask, I'll be like, yo, can I see this? Like I want to see what, like what kind of guys match with you, right? Like straight up, like I don't care if it's nosy as hell. Like, yeah, I want to know. And so I'll see the messages and like some of the guys that like try to match with these girls, bro, like the horrors. Yeah, it's bad. And then you have like the guys, I've had guys to show me like the girls that'll match with them. Bro, like, I've made enough jokes today. Everybody knows what I'm gonna say.
Think of. Therefore, if you are the average Mike who works at Amazon, going to a single event will not make any difference because the likelihood of being rejected.
Oh, it will if you look good, and if you're good at talking to people, it matters. Sure.
It is the same as anywhere else. What is the point of paying to be rejected? We are well aware that most of us are not Chad, and we are clever enough not to pay to be rejected. But there is a vital piece of information most modern women are missing. They aren't aware that Chad doesn't need to attend a single event to find women. They already have a large pool to pick from. And with that being said, they have no reason to attend it.
Now we're going to see a woman.
Yeah, because a lot of the girls that are going to these events, like logically, right? It's like if you are a really pretty girl, you're going to have guys trying to hit you up and talk to you all the time. So you're probably not going to have to go to an event for that because it's just your everyday life. So by survivorship bias, the ones that are going to these events
trying to sell the tickets for her single event, but she was clever enough to use a great selling point, which is an abundance of male attendees.
I'm not going to say.
Her advertisement video shows an event full of men. Let's have a look at what she is trying to sell to women.
Yeah,
it's a conversation event where everyone just happens to be single and we discuss interesting topics and get to hear different perspectives. We'll give you the conversation starters and topics so you don't need to worry about what to talk about next. You can just enjoy chatting to some great people and suss out who you'd like to get to know more. There's a big grazing table and plenty of chances to go around and chat to those people who pique your interest. You need to come and check out our Singles Connection event. Our last one in February was such a success. Head to our bio to apply. We already have a...
I could not imagine, bro. I could not imagine doing that. That looks stressful as fuck. I would just, bro, like, I do not want to do that. Like, and now to be fair, any event with people sitting around outside talking to each other, this automatically is kind of like a non-starter for me, right? But, I mean, this is especially.
Over 130 new applications for this event. We'll see you there.
She is very intelligent and her advertisement video was well thought through. She knows that women are losing interest because men usually don't go. But to get around this fact and get modern women to buy the ticket, she came up with the idea of having a video showing an abundance of men. But we have to give her credit for her creativity. She deserved it. But
well, and it's also like you look at the guys here. Like this dude is ripped. Look at this. Like look at the form-fitting pants. Like this dude has got it on. Like, look at that guy. That guy, he's got it on. Like, all of the guys in this video are good-looking dudes. Absolutely. It's not even a question. Like, that guy, that's a good-looking guy. Yeah, he's an older guy. He's got a great hairline. That's weird. Like, bro, like, what are you doing? Like, what the fuck are you doing? But, like, that's what it is. Paid actors, right?
And this is what we are about to see in the next clip.
I'll see if I pause another one. And then there's the actual one, right? It's like some fucking 38-year-old fat guy that wants to talk about the Roman Empire, and she's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, he wants to talk about, like, you know, the merits of, like, you know, well, what really happened during the Holocaust? And she's like, oh, fuck, oh, no, not again. Oh, Jesus. And that's the only guy that shows up. Not again, yes.
One thing I don't see mentioned on these single event videos, and maybe it's different in every area, but in Virginia Beach, single events charge men more to attend. Charge men more to be there and wonder why it's all women.
Man, that's crazy. It all makes sense now? Yeah, I guess so, huh? That's nuts.
They want you to pay for everything and expect to do nothing in return. The risk is not worth it. My boyfriend had to come to my country to find me.
Yeah.
It was so sad when he was almost crying, telling me he had never come home to a warm homemade meal and a smile. We are very traditional and family oriented here in Dominican Republic.
There it is. There it fucking is, yep. You've got to go get him and bring it back. Yeah, hey, whatever it takes. Absolutely.
All that independence that they wanted so bad has come back to haunt them.
I feel like this is, whenever I read a comment like this, do you know what I think? Unresolved personal trauma. It's like you had a bad experience with a girl in high school, and like you're talking this, like, what are we doing? What are we doing with this? It's so annoying to me. I have to read this bullshit. Yeah, it's always the men's fault. Yeah, come on. Passport bros are failing badly, though. Well, look, I mean, you're going to have some winners and you're going to have some losers. That's the way it is with anything. Yeah, are Russian mail order brides real? I don't know. Like, I go look it up. We're not entirely wrong. Yeah, maybe.
I wouldn't go to any of those women's single events. It's a complete waste of time. Men, work on yourself.
I remember I saw an advertisement for one of those, and it said that if the girl, I think this was one from like Vietnam or like China or something like that, and I just turned this fucking thing down. This motherfucker's so goddamn hot. It says, how much is this in my fucking room? 89 degrees. Are you kidding me? Suck my fucking dick. What is this bullshit? 89 fucking degrees in this, god damn it.
You want to haunt them. I wouldn't go to any of those women's single events. It's a complete waste of time. Men, work on yourself. You will be glad that you did. This is the reality of what goes down in most of these events, but those trying to sell the ticket paint it as if it is flooded with man. If you look at the footage closely, you will realize that most tables have 3 women and only 1 man. But at this point, we can consider this event.
Well, that's probably also like a lot of guys, you know, like, if you're like my age or like plus minus 3 years, you probably don't have this issue if you're older than me. But younger guys aren't used to talking to girls face to face as much. Like, they don't have to do that. So it's like having to do something like this, that's kind of crazy. Like, and now it's got to be a 3v1. Like, holy fuck, man. Like, this is too high of a level. Yeah, especially now. That's nuts.
Successful because others didn't even have the opportunity to start, as the host had to cancel it due to men's lack of interest. Even though there weren't enough men for every woman present in that event, they should still be happy because at least those guys gave them the opportunity to go out and interact with others. But I am glad guys are no longer wasting their time and resources on things like this. We know that paying to be...
Well, if you were looking for a boyfriend, why don't you just go to the local Warhammer store? Just go there and ask one of them, what army do you play? And before you know it, you're going to be married. Problem solved. So if it's like, you know, here's the thing. You want to fish where the fish are. what are you doing over here? They're like, oh, well, there's no fish over here. Well, yeah, you fucking, it's the ground. It's not, what's no water here. Warhammer is the water. Because they're not hot chads? Yeah, and that's the thing. And that's why the guys aren't going there, because there's not hot girls there. It's simple.
Rejected is a bad dating and financial strategy.
Next, we have another group of women who have something to say about the number of attractive guys they found in the event they attended.
Come with us to a Thursday event. Pet talk before we leave. No attractive men.
Now, I'm not going to say it. But
Maybe next time.
Why would a strong, independent, educated, and powerful woman need a singles event? I bet men did show up, but women today don't see those types of men. Chad doesn't go to singles events. Good men don't go either. It's a waste of time, energy, and money. For us bottom 96% of men, we can stay at home and be rejected for free. If my drinks ain't free, you won't see me. The men they want to meet don't need to go to singles events. They have plenty of options already and don't need to subject themselves to this. The goal of those events is loud and clear.
well, it's like if a guy has to pay more money to go to the events and then there's not a lot of hot girls at the events, like if you at least go downtown, like if you want to see, like if you want to go to a place where there's hot girls, go to a fucking gym. Go to a club downtown. There's gonna be hot girls there. That's it. So if like, again, fish where the fish are. What are you doing? Gyms are insane. Yeah, there's plenty of hot girls at gyms. What are you talking about? I'm one of the biggest names in Warhammer. I'm flown around the world for Warhammer conventions, and I can confirm that 99.9% male attendance rate. Yeah, and you want to know what that 0.1% is? Wives and daughters. Oh, I've got her for the weekend, so she's gonna come with me to this event. Or like, oh yeah, I brought my wife here. See, look at this. See, honey, remember this? So these are the Tyranids. Because remember, like, so the God Emperor, and like then, because like the battle against like, so his son Horus, and like, yeah, that's that's the 0.1%.
If modern women were going to this event with an open mind, things would be a lot different for them. If they weren't too focused on finding Chad, they probably would be able to see other guys who could be a better fit for them, but their inability to look in other directions prevents them from seeing other guys. Then they asked why most of us are no longer interested in single events. Would they pay for an event where they have a 90% chance of being rejected? I bet they wouldn't make this financial mistake. Most guys wouldn't mind going to these events if things were different. But based on...
No, guys don't want to go to that kind of an event because it's weird. That's the reason why. It's just a weird event. Like, why do you want to deal with this shit being a bunch of other people? Like, it's uncomfortable. It's awkward. Yeah, I guarantee you these events are awkward. Like, guaranteed, this shit is so awkward.
what modern women are looking for. Most of us already know it's a lost battle, which makes going to a...
The thing is, like, I don't really feel a lot of awkwardness with stuff, but it's uncomfortable forced interaction. Yeah, but, like, I can tell. Like, if you guys... Like, I'm the kind of person that I try to make things less awkward, and whenever I make people uncomfortable, it's always on purpose. Like, I basically never make a person uncomfortable unless I'm trying to, which is a lot. But that's it. And so, like, but I will see in situations where somebody says something that makes everybody uncomfortable and they don't even notice it, right? And it's like, oh God, like, I don't want to be there, right? It's like watching an episode of The Office, but it's real life.
Single event, a pointless move. This is all for today's video. If you like it, please don't forget to subscribe.
Events are fucking weird, yeah. No, I think this is it's a huge factor.
I signed up for
and I don't think that there's going to be guys that are going to go to events like this because, again, if like you're a successful, good-looking guy, why would you do this? There's no reason. If you're a really attractive girl, why would you do this? You probably have guys talking to you all the time. And so where is the real audience here? Where are these actual people coming from? I really don't know. So, yeah. Incel preaching? You think it's incel? This is like an incel thing? Well, I don't know, man. Like, I think that really... I don't know if it's really incel. I feel like, okay, so 100% this video, it's like... Yes, there will be 100% incels that will watch this. I'll give it a like and I'll link you guys the video. But yeah, no, it definitely will have incels watching, 100%. But there's also girl incels. That's the thing. It's usually a cop-out reductive answer, though. And there are some things, like, I mean, the thing is with a lot of this stuff, incel YouTubers, incel bait, yeah, absolutely there's going to be some of them. But there's a lot of people like that. Femcels, there are. There's so many of them. Absolutely. And like, if I was going to say why I think girls are femcels, I would get in trouble. And I say a lot of stuff. I say a lot. Like, I go pretty far, but even that would be too much for me. Right? Yeah, I would get in trouble. But femcel right here. Yeah, exactly. If I speak, yeah, there it is. And so, oh, come on. Hey, I take it over the line enough already, okay? Why don't you just chill out? Yeah, time to get canceled? Yeah, there it is. The same mentality as incels? Sure. Incel's massively overused. Incel is usually used whenever it's referring to a male who criticizes a female. So, like, if you criticize a female, then you're an incel. It's pretty simple, right? So, yeah, good less competition, exactly. And I do think that's happened a lot. It has. Give me 1 second. Hello?
With its mix of flagship imaging and exceptional portability.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
Okay, I didn't get in earlier because you were quick to hang up.
Yeah?
On the singles thing?
Uh-huh.
There's a great lyric from an old song. If you want to be happy for the rest of your life, make an ugly woman your wife. You know, and the thing is,
yeah.
A lot of guys, they go to these things and they want to get laid by at least an 8, you know?
Yeah.
Lower your standards a bit, get laid, and, then that's the hell with it, you know?
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you're in some relationship with her. You just ignore the calls and that's it. If you want to go looking for 9s and 10s, you got to really step up your game. If you don't have the 6 feet, you got to get the 6 digits or whatever.
Yeah.
And the fact is that, I've never been big. I was only like 6'9", 6'8.5" or something like that, tops.
Yeah.
I'm not the best looking guy in the fucking world, and I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
A lot of girls, females didn't want to be around me mostly.
Yeah.
But the ones that did, that was cool. They were outriders,
Yeah.
And they had a great time. But as I've always told you, there is a reason old Pa lives over here in this house all in his little house, all by himself, with the doors locked.
Yeah.
And so, you know, that's the best way to go. Or you have a partner, and it's a partner, not a wife.
All right.
So
All right.
Just a little tip to pass along.
Thanks. I appreciate it. All right. I'll talk to you later.
Lowering standards things just to get laid.
I get it.
Great.
All right. Yo, I'll talk to you later.
Yo.
Yep, see ya. Okay. Yeah, there it is. Partner, not wife. Yeah, true, definitely. Where's the rest of this? One of the video comments, enjoy the alcohol and the sisterhood of the unwifeable. Oh my God. Misandry is actually rampant in society these days. That's the reason why we're at where we're at. Well, it's because a lot of girls, so like here's the problem, right? It's that a lot of girls get these comments and they'll get guys that are like trying to talk to them. And they're so creepy and weird that, well, they don't want to deal with that. Yeah, of course, right? It's like if you want to hate men, make a dating app and pretend to be a girl and then just look at your DMs. You'll see why they hate men. It makes sense. Really, it does. Like, I can totally understand it. Call me an incel, but I don't date hip. Call me an incel, but I don't date hip hops. Okay, all right. So,
this is the reason why I've canceled my internet subscription.
What if I told you that there's no such thing as no internet connection? It's an artificially created problem so that internet providers could pocket cash from roaming fees. Just recently, a former telecommunications engineer presented a groundbreaking invention that allows you to go online anywhere in the world in a matter of seconds without having to sign expensive contracts that trap users in their subscription models. And the corporate giants are trying their hardest to make it illegal. This high-speed, portable, instant Wi-Fi hotspot provides a wider range.
How could you nominate someone with allegations of child trafficking trafficking across state lines and having sex with a 17-year-old? My understanding, further on in the interview, they discussed the fact that once he finds out that she's 17, he stops having sex with her.
Sonny, you have a legal note.
I do have a legal note. Thank you, Whoopi. Matt Gaetz has long denied all allegations, calling the claims, quote, invented, and saying in a statement to ABC News that this false smear following a 3-year criminal investigation should be viewed with great skepticism. That DOJ investigation was closed with no charges being brought.
We'll be right back.
Matt Gaetz, boys, example number 344,000 of why he needs to be running the Department of Justice. Here he is smacking down these ugly bitches over here on The View who get away with saying whatever the hell they want. The craziest shit. They're calling everybody in Trump's cabinet. They're calling them Nazis and fascists and white supremacists, and nobody ever seems to want to sue these idiots over here. Well, Matt Gaetz has had enough of this, and after them going out there saying that Matt Gaetz was a pedophile, it's interesting. It's interesting how they can, see all of these pedophiles. They think Matt Gaetz is a pedophile, but they didn't have a problem with P. Diddy. They ain't got a problem with Bill Clinton, right? They're not at all interested on the Epstein list, right? These idiots over here are constantly saying Donald Trump is the biggest domestic threat to democracy. Meanwhile, you've got billionaires trafficking humans. I assumed, listen, if the billionaires are trafficking humans to the point where we're arresting billionaires, maybe we should ask who they're trafficking the children to. No, they don't want to ask that question. They're not interested in that. No, just Matt Gaetz, of course. Who, again, there was an investigation, and you didn't arrest Matt Gaetz, so I'm guessing you found nothing in that investigation, which is what this ugly bitch right here, look at her, she chewed on her face, she's so mad. she's forced to acknowledge it. He should still sue her. You kidding me? This is Charlie Kirk over here. Sonny. They're all named the complete inverse of their personality. Joy, Whoopi, Sonny. Sonny Hostin was forced to issue a legal note on The View that Matt Gaetz was found to have done nothing wrong after a 3-year DOJ investigation. 3 years. It took 3 years. So, okay. You're saying Matt Gaetz raped a kid, right? That's what the left are saying. I think what happened over here, and don't get me wrong, this doesn't smell great. I think he took a 17-year-old to a party, or he met a 17-year-old at a party in a place where the age of consent was 17. So I think what happened here was nothing, legally speaking. Again, if you're, 30-something years old and you're, messing with a 17-year-old, even if it's in a state where the age of consent is 17, I don't know, it still seems a little bit weird. It doesn't matter, though, from a legal perspective. And they spent 3 years investigating that. 3 years. Again, 3 years to come up with nothing, by the way. And what we have is a system that has been turned into a political weapon. The system doesn't like Matt Gaetz. So it took a situation that clearly wasn't, you didn't arrest him. So there was no crime here, but you still stretched it out over 3 years because, again, the process is the point. The process is the punishment. And a bunch of dumb, stupid whores like this over here, they regurgitate, oh, look, he's the right. No, he wasn't. Again, he wasn't. They're doing the same thing right now with Pete Hegseth, who we want to be the National Security Secretary of Defense. And they're sitting there going, well, he was investigated. Again, investigated, and you found nothing. So he was investigated, and he wasn't arrested. So he was investigated and cleared. But you don't want to tell anybody that. You want to say he was investigated. Because you dumb assholes over here got this place completely and utterly wrong, and you think that you're guilty until proven innocent. That's not how this place works at all. And so somebody from Matt Gaetz' office sent a letter to ABC, and again, ABC protecting Epstein. None of these fucking chicks over here got a problem with ABC protecting Epstein. Not a single one of them. Well, somebody at ABC got a letter, and they said, okay, well, you better apologize. You better clarify your erroneous defamatory statements. And so she chewed on her face while she did it. And this is probably the third or fourth one of these that Whoopi's had to do a couple of them. How is this show still on? Who's running this show over here? What executives are sitting there going, yep, these garbage ratings are definitely worth all of these impending rakes that we're stepping on over here. You're going to end up, this show doesn't make any money. Nobody watches this stupid fucking show. And you guys are going to end up paying through the nose with what these chicks are saying, because people are kind of done putting up with this nonsense of letting a bunch of ugly chicks over here run their mouth without any type of consequences. And so there you just watched this dumb bitch have to issue a statement. Yeah, Donald Trump's not a Nazi. He's not a white supremacy. Pete Hegseth is not a white supremacist Nazi. You keep saying stupid shit like that, please, by the way. Please. And these dudes are going to own your stupid garbage fucking show. All right, guys, thank you so much.